We already discussed some of the public aspect facing actions we can be taking toward a future vision of a more balanced world. But what's a good way to turn the insights that you've shared with us into action in our personal lives?
One of the things I heard recently from my friend Abby Dillon, who leads Earth Justice, which is a really important legal organization bringing forward so many of the cases and lawsuits to try to protect our environment and our public health. She put it really simply. She said, we have to keep telling the truth. We have to keep telling the truth. And what we're witnessing right now, Mila, of course, is we've got megaphones in Washington just spewing misinformation. We have climate journalists losing their jobs at major media outlets everywhere. We have amazing climate leaders losing the roles that they've had in the federal government. And so there's this eerie silence that is growing in our culture about this topic that is not going anywhere, right? The physics of the atmosphere don't give a hoot about what is happening in Washington, D.C. And so this idea that we have to keep telling the truth, I think, is something for all of us to take on. And it could be telling the truth at our kitchen table. It could be telling the truth in our workplace. It could be telling the truth in a house of worship if we belong to one. It could be telling the truth in the classroom. I think we all have to take ownership of that in our unique ways. You don't have to be a climate expert. You don't have to have a PhD. You don't need any PowerPoints with charts and graphs. You just need to be a human who is awake and noticing what's happening and cares and wants things to be different. And I think if we can keep telling the truth, making noise, that is perhaps the most critical lever for change at this point. Because if we're not talking about it, if we're not saying it matters, that solutions exist, that we want them to roll out, we just won't get there. We won't get there. So that would be my call, to tell the truth wherever you are in the authentic voice and uniqueness that is you.